nobody really than Gorilla. Ain't nobody really than Gorilla. I said, ain't nobody really than Gorilla. Ain't nobody really than Gorilla. Gorilla tactics.
What's up, folks? You know, it's crazy when tag team wrestling is done right, how good it can be, how great a show can be. When done right, tag team wrestling can be the main event. The theme of NXT UK and NXT today was tag team wrestling. And folks, it was done right. It was done perfectly. Storyline continuity. Sometimes I just wonder, man, if only we can get those on Monday and Tuesday nights, well, excluding 205 Live on Tuesday nights. NXT, another phenomenal show. I believe this show was taped at one of their regular live events that they just filmed as a TV taping, because tonight they are at Full Sail right now as we speak, filming all their episodes for the rest of June and up through the middle of July, I believe. What a show. Undisputed Era versus Lorcan and Birch. Great match. That was the main event. But I'm going to bring things back to the start of the show. NXT this week started off the same way as NXT UK started this week. A women's tag team match. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Candice and Duke's, I jumped into it. It was Candice LeRae and Io Shirai, who both have issues in the past with the women's champ, versus Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke, the lackeys of the women's champ. Candice and Duke start the match, Duke trying to attack Candice from behind when she's talking to Io before Candice hits a basement dropkick. Duke and Shafir isolate Candice in their corner and keep her in their half of the ring as Shayna looks on from the stage. Io is chomping at the bit to get into this match. Marina stretches Candice before Candice hits an arm drag, and Marina kicks Io off the apron before tossing Candice into her corner. Duke drops Candice with knees for a quick 2 count, and Candice takes out Shafir on the apron before hitting Duke with an enziguri. Io gets the hot tag and drops Duke with double axe handles and hits a variation of a 619. I believe Morrow called it the Tiger something. I love people showing homage to Rey Mysterio, but I believe too many people are doing it at this point. Before hitting a springboard shotgun dropkick. Io stomps the arm of Duke like Shayna, and the facial expression of Shayna Baszler was great at this point. It's like, oh my god, that looks worse when I see it. Before hitting a moonsault on the outside onto Shayna. Candice following her with a suicide dive, taking out Min Duke and Shafir. Io then sends Shayna to the ring steps before the referee calls for the bell. The referee has lost control of the match, and he obviously has to call for the bell. It was a no contest. After the match, everyone is brawling, which was great to see. Some intensity out of the women's division. I knew after seeing what happened after the match on NXT TV that there would be a new aggressive side to Io Shirai. I love it. And it was announced, I'll get to that in a second, that later on there will be a match between Io Shirai and Shayna Baszler, a steel cage match live from Full Sail 2 weeks from now. The women in the main event once again. Say what you want, but Shayna Baszler is doing big things for this women's division in NXT. She's been carrying that horse, no pun intended, for a while. We get a recap of the NXT North American Championship match between Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze. Velveteen then cuts a promo and says, if you want to be in the spotlight or something, dream on. I don't know what they have next for him, but it'll be cool to see whatever is next for him. We get a quick recap of the Gulai Kushida feud, again giving things reasons to why they're happening. Obviously, Kushida defeated Gulak with a roll-up, and that's not what Gulak wanted. He wanted a straight-up victory or loss. And we get another Damian Priest, former Punishment Martinez teaser video. He will be on NXT television next week. Hopefully it doesn't end up like another Keanu Reeves. The submission match. The first out of a double main event. Drew Gulak versus Kushida. Who would have thought we would have heard that about, 5 years ago. The former MMA fighter and the former college wrestler grapple on the mats, and Kushida goes for the hoverboard lock, but Drew counters and chops him in the corner. Kushida hits a rolling kick that sends Drew off of the apron before locking in a straight armbar. Drew getting to his feet and reversing it into an inverted slam. Drew hits a reverse body slam. And one thing I do want to say, I love, it's not like Raw or SmackDown where it's just done with the same 4 guys. I love the brand fluidity that they always talk about with NXT 205 Live, NXT UK, because it makes sense. It actually makes sense. But getting back to it, Drew hits a reverse body slam and a variation of the Gloria special before transitioning to a nasty Boston Crab. Looked kind of like a lion tamer. Kushida flips Drew away and Drew takes him down with a side headlock takeover before Kushida gets to his feet and hits a hip toss into a cartwheel dropkick. Classic Kushida for all my New Japan fans. Kushida hits an enziguri into a tornado DDT, before locking in the armbar. Drew getting his foot on the bottom rope right before tapping. Kushida locks in an ankle lock before Drew counters into one of his own, and Kushida crosses the ropes for the break. Kushida then hits a Hurricane Rana, and the two exchange forearms before Kushida locks in the hoverboard lock, and Drew immediately taps for the win. That's how you build a finisher right there. Obviously, Kushida wins with the hoverboard lock. After the match, Kushida asked the crowd to cheer on Drew Gulak because of his performance. Gulak, seeming like he might heal it up by sticking his finger into the chest of the chest of Drew Gulak before offering his hand, and the two shook hands. We go backstage where we'll get a vignette in the Performance Center parking lot where Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah cut a promo. They're disgusted that Mia Yim thinks she's next in line for a title shot. They both say they're more deserving, but they won't stop in the ring till Mia studies up. They got her a fashion Bible in English and grammar books for her. Okay. Announced, obviously, I already went over this, but in 2 weeks we'll have a steel cage match between Io Shirai and Shayna Baszler for the Women's Championship. Really hoping this is where Io wins the championship. I don't think we've ever had the NXT Women's Championship change hands on television. That'll be pretty cool to see. Also announced next week. This is how you build your show. Announce stuff ahead of time. Undisputed Era and new NXT champion Adam Cole Bebe will be on NXT television next Wednesday. Can't wait to see that. The main event, tag team wrestling, folks. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch defeat Undisputed Era. The tandem of Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, obviously with Bobby Fish being hurt. Bobby Fish comes out with his boys wearing a sling. He heads to the back as they head to the ring. Lorcan and Burch march right to Undisputed Era, and once they get started, the ref separates these two before the bell, and Kyle O'Reilly and Oni Lorcan start. Kyle with an early leg lock before they trade chops in the corner. Things break down during a striking exchange, and Burch and Strong join the fray. Roddy rolls out and O'Reilly follows, so Lorcan dives on them both. The Brawlers try to whip on another into Undisputed Era members in opposite corners, but Strong gets a kick up and throws Burch into his partner to give Undisputed control. Backbreaker on Oni by Strong, then Kyle comes in to punish him with, among other things, a sliding kick. Eventually, Roddy gets a choke. Lorcan almost gets to the corner, but Strong blasts Burch off the apron. O'Reilly in with a drop knee. After a few more strikes, Kyle O'Reilly stretches Oni. Lorcan reverses into a pinning predicament, so Kyle releases strikes in a blockbuster that let Oni get to the corner, and both guys make tags. Burch gets the better of a striking exchange, but after a suplex to Strong and another round of strikes, Kyle tags himself back in. Danny dodges the axe kick and hits a headbutt. Powerbomb for a near fall transition right into a crossface. Beautiful transition. Roddy pulls Kyle to the ropes. Release fires back with a lariat. Brainbuster from Kyle O'Reilly, but Oni breaks up the pin. They all swing until everyone goes down. Here comes Jackson RYKER from the Forgotten Sons. Security tries to stop the Forgotten Sons, so he chokeslams one and throws another into the stairs. While everyone else is getting ready to deal with the interrupting big man, Danny makes his move and rolls up Kyle O'Reilly for the 1-2-3. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch pick up a huge win, which could be title implications for them, obviously for the defeating former NXT Tag Team Champions, but a great show here from NXT. Not much more I have to say. You guys should go watch it if you haven't. And if you're still listening to this review, go watch it. As always, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, your thoughts on the show. Subscribe. I'll probably be seeing you guys Sunday for NXT New Japan's Kazuna Road. Alright, guys, I'm Steve with the Attitude Podcast, and I'm out. Peace.